The saying, "when in Rome," presupposes that you're actually in Rome. A supposition wildly off base this summer, as Seth Doane, who lives there, now shows us.
There's no doubt Rome's spectacular backdrop remains. But in the wake of the coronavirus, something else is missing.
They are our largest demographic, and without them, we just don't have a business. First thing we need to do is
Annie Ogile is talking about the American tourists she's always relied on to book Vespa tours through the Eternal City with her company, Scooteroma.
So now we're going back inside the wall.
We first met the Minnesota native in 2017.
Don't take the bus, get on the Vespa.
While working on a Sunday Morning story about the stylish scooter that's synonymous with Italy. At the time, business was good.
I've always prided myself with that every year we grow. We do more than the year before, except this year.
In 2019, more than 5.5 million Americans visited Italy, spending nearly $3 billion. But one travel industry group predicts this year may be the worst for tourism in decades. And last week, the European Union extended its ban on American travelers.
Since COVID, everything has changed. We lost 100% of our bookings.
All of them?
All of them.
Last June, for example, Ogile and her crew took more than 400 people on trips. Buongiorno. Typically, they'd make pit stops here for gelato. Federica Pudinu says they've lost upwards of 60% of their business.
We come here between 3 and 6 times a day.
Wow.
Because we stop with each tour.
It's really a circle.
And the tourist is at the center.
Yeah.
As cancellations piled up, Ogile started taking pictures of a Rome that was almost unrecognizable without the throngs of tourists. And as Italy has reopened, its museums and famous sites are notably quiet.
A lot of people say that Rome has returned to the Romans, but it is absolutely devastating for the economy, and the tourism sector is the first to feel it. It is my favorite pizza.
We saw that trickle down at another stop on her tours, Testaccio Market, where she brings visitors for pizza at Casamanco.
You're working with about a third of the business you used to have. So you've lost about 70%.
Yeah, I'll say more or less, yes.
Owner Paula Manco misses Americans, even their culinary peculiarities.
A bit selective on food.
Really?
Yeah,
In what ways?
they don't like anchovies, or they want meat on there, or chicken on the pizza, which is...
Has the modern tourism industry ever seen anything like this pandemic?
This is definitely a crisis that's unprecedented. We've never seen...
Jennifer Edu is with the European Travel Commission. She says the rest of Europe is facing the same problems.
There's one issue of being able to afford it. People have lost jobs. There's another issue of just simple confusion. Can I get to one place or another? Will there be flights? Will there be quarantine rules?
There's a lot of confusion, but at the moment there is a lot of efforts made to make the situation less confusing for travelers that are willing to go on trips again.
Scooteroma is hoping to attract tourists coming from within Europe and is adjusting to COVID by offering rides with masks and socially distanced walking tours featuring street art.
During the lockdown, it was impossible. We were inside a cage, like tigers in cage.
It turns out even street artists, Solo with the beer and Diamond in the mask, were affected by the pandemic.
It was a very big problem because we had booked a lot of dates because our work is painting around the world.
Everything is freezed. We lost like 4 big commissions in all over the world.
I do miss the interaction and meeting people from all over the world and having this exchange of energy.
Annie Ogile has written off this summer season.
And pow, we have the Palatine Hill.
And as she fights to save her business, is focusing on what she can control, her patience.
We're just waiting. I always say, all I know is what's happening today and tomorrow, and then we'll see about the rest.